Hello everyone. Clayton Miller here with another fantastic Makeover University course for you, the preferred client. Today we're going to be going over the minute details and the nitty gritty of how to shop for and how to find a makeover home. This is a home that fits the model, it fits the mold for the type of house that you're going to be purchasing using the Makeover Mortgage Process. If you've made it this far, you've now learned that there is a very specific kind of home and a very specific way of shopping to go about using the Makeover Mortgage Process. Well, in this module, we're going to dive in, get ready, get some popcorn. This is going to be kind of the detailed, the data-oriented, and the very minutia of how to shop for a makeover home. Below, you'll see a nice big list of the things that you're going to need to consider when shopping for your next makeover home. So we're going to go over things like budget, how to research for a property, defining where and exactly what you're searching for, and then talking about renovation costs and what to do when the market is, hotter and colder, depending on your area. So we're going to dive into each of these specific ideas, again, like I said before, in a lot more detail to really explain to you guys how to search properly and what's going to give you a leg up when shopping for your next makeover home. The very first step in trying to find your new makeover home is establishing your budget. Your budget is going to be in the form of a monthly payment, a down payment, and your all-in budget. Those are the three numbers that we need. Your makeover preferred lender or another lender that you're working with will help you determine what these numbers look like. So first, let's talk about the monthly mortgage payment. This is going to be the payment that you make every month to slowly pay off your mortgage over the next several years. That lender is going to use a debt-to-income ratio to help determine how much money you can afford to spend on a monthly payment basis. So what that looks like is your total monthly income, so your salary or how much you make on a monthly basis, divided by your total number of debt payments in the form of auto payments or student loans or credit cards or whatever those might look like. They're going to take the total number of income and the total number of debt payments and divide it, and that is going to give us a percentage. That lender wants to make sure that your total number of monthly payments going out is less than roughly 45% of your total income coming in. So that gives them a good idea that based on you needing to pay for other things along the way each month, at the end of that month, you're going to have enough money to make that next month's mortgage payment. So the debt to income ratio is going to be vitally important in determining how much you can afford. And then once you've determined what you can afford, you can look at what you'd like to afford. So just because you're able to make a $2,500 payment from a debt to income standpoint doesn't necessarily mean you want to. That's for you guys to decide. Now, once you've determined what your monthly payment looks like, we move on to the down payment. Depending on the kind of loan that you're using, whether it be FHA, conventional, VA, USDA, there will be a different down payment requirement. Some programs, like the USDA and the VA, can offer a zero down payment, which means when you go to purchase your home and show up to closing, you don't have to bring any money to the closing table. Very cool programs. Because those aren't allowed for everybody, based on where you're purchasing your home or what you've done in the past, whether you're part of the services, there are two other kinds, the FHA and the conventional. Most FHA loans can start with a minimum down payment of around 3.5%, and most conventional payments can start with a minimum payment somewhere around 5%. So depending on the kind of loan that you're using and the type of borrower you are, your credit score, there's really a nice equation of things that go into it. Will determine the down payment that you will be required to make. Now, some people are going to take advantage of the zero, and some people are going to really be interested in the 3.5% down, and there's going to be others that are going to make a 20% down payment to make sure that they've got a little bit more equity in their house going into it. That is going to be totally up to your current circumstances, your ability to save, and what kind of down payment you are able to provide. Now that we've put together your monthly payment and your down payment, we get to look at that all-in budget. Your all-in budget is going to give us our price range for the houses that you're going to be shopping for here in the near future. The higher your monthly payment, the higher your down payment, and the higher your credit score, the larger your all-in budget is going to be. So this is very, very important in determining how we will be shopping in the immediate future. In this module, the rest of these classes that we go over, we're going to be using an all-in budget of about $250,000. That breaks down to a monthly payment, with interest rates being like they are now, around 4%, of about $1,500 or so, maybe a little bit more or less depending on what your taxes and insurance look like. So establishing that budget is by far the most important and for sure the place to start, because that's going to let you know where, how, and what you're going to be shopping for. So we've taken some time, hammered out our all-in budget, determined what our monthly payment's going to look like, and begin saving or working on that down payment. The next thing to start doing is figuring out where you'd like to shop. Where is it that you want to live? Because you're using the Makeover Mortgage Process, you've got a lot more flexibility in determining where it is you shop for houses. You're not just going to be stuck to buying those houses that are currently ready to move in and happen to pop up in the right location. You're going to be able to shop for every house that's located in the area that you'd like. So the first thing you need to do is determine what area or multiple areas that you'd like to shop in. And that's where we're first going to narrow down our list, whether that be out in the country or in a certain school district or close to a highway, between jobs, whatever it may be. You first need to determine where you're going to be shopping. Now that you've determined where you'd like to live, it's now your job to figure out what your house looks like. You've got to determine what it is before you or a realtor can help you find it. So to determine what it is, you just need to sit down and think about it. Look at your Pinterest, cruise the internet, look at your current home, whatever kind of practice you'd like to go through. Here at Makeover Homes, we do have a practice called the Deep Dive. The Deep Dive walks you through step by step, looking at different homes, looking at different kitchens, different bathrooms, to put you through a practice of helping to determine what the it looks like. It's hard to find what it is unless you've got it clearly defined. So you want to take some time, sit down, spend a couple days, sleep on it a few times, and determine not only where you're shopping, but what it is that you're looking